This is the story of a boy born different, once mocked by many, but in time, he rose above it all, and those who laughed became the ones who admired him most. Sunday was born on a humid Sunday morning in a village just outside Nasuka. He was the last of 4 male children. Sunday was born differently. He came out with one leg shorter than the other. The village nurse said it might be a deformity. His left leg stopped at his knee. His parents wondered which village people had thrown them an arrow. His mother cried every night. She tied Sunday to her back longer than usual even as she sold her roasted corn. His father, a farmer with sunburnt skin, was disappointed. But he never showed it. "He's still my son," he would always say. Sunday grew up watching his brothers run errands, harvest yams, and climb trees. He could barely do anything that had to do with working on the farm or playing rough with his siblings. His parents did their best to protect him from the villagers' mockery, but it was hard, especially when the mean words came from other kids like him. The village children called him unkind names like one leg and car without tire. It hurt, but Sunday never let them see him cry. Deep inside, he kept asking why he was different and wishing he had 2 normal legs, just like his brothers. When Sunday turned 7, he joined his brothers at the village primary school. That was the start of his problems. During sports time, Sunday couldn't keep up with the other kids. He was slower, and they teased him for it. Some teachers felt sorry for him. Others avoided calling him to the chalkboard, just to save him the long walk, and to stop the whispers and laughter from his classmates. One day, a teacher scolded him publicly when he took too long to bring his homework forward. "Are you the only one with one leg? Why are you so slow to come forward?" The teacher scolded him. Sunday cried that day. Later, when he got home that same day, Sunday told his mother all that happened in school and told her that he didn't want to return to school. He placed his head on her lap as he wept. She said to him, "My boy, I know their words hurt you and I'm so sorry. But don't let their words decide who you are. Even with one leg, you will climb mountains they won't even see. One day, they will all see how great you are. I believe in you and I'm always here." Those words reassured Sunday and gave him the courage to be the best. One afternoon, 12-year-old Sunday was walking home from school when he heard some loud sounds and music noise coming from somewhere. He walked with a limp toward the noise and saw a mechanic workshop. The place was busy and lively, with men in dirty work clothes, fixing engines, laughing, and shouting over the music. Sunday stood, excited at the sight of what he saw. For the next week, he passed by the mechanic workshop every day and just watched from the corner. He didn't talk, he just observed. Then one day, he built up the courage and decided to walk into the workshop. The head mechanic, who was fixing a vehicle, noticed him when he entered, and with a kind smile said, "Hey, small boy, what are you doing here?" "I want to learn," Sunday said. "I want to know how you fix all these things." The man laughed. His name was Baba Chuka. He had been fixing cars for 25 years. He was respected by a lot of people in the community. He looked at Sunday's one leg, then looked into his eyes, then asked, "Where are your parents?" "They are at work. They don't know that I'm here," Sunday answered. "All right," Baba Chuka said. "But before I agree to teach you, you must first talk to your parents. But for today, start by sweeping the workshop. Let me see if you're truly serious." And that was how it began. Sunday would sweep the workshop every day after school. Baba Chuka noticed something. Sunday was always watching, even when nobody explained anything. He observed things the workers did and memorized them. Within months, Sunday could name tools. He could identify engine parts. By age 13, he was assisting with real repairs, tightening bolts, checking batteries, and learning wiring. Some of the other young apprentices laughed at him behind his back, but Baba Chuka would say, "Continue laughing at him. This boy will pass all of you." At home, things were not easy. His father struggled to feed his 5 sons. The oldest 2 later moved to the city for small jobs. His dad didn't understand why Sunday spent so much time at a mechanic shop. "You are supposed to be reading your books," he shouted one evening. "Can't you see your leg? Is this how you want to suffer more in life?" But his mother stood firmly by him and said, "Allow the boy to learn what makes him happy." Eventually, little by little, Sunday won his father over. Not with words, but with his quiet progress. It wasn't easy for Sunday, getting laughed at by other boys in the community. They would say, "Go and beg like the others. Mechanic work is not for who has one Lego." But Sunday ignored them. He kept coming every day. He was very determined. Baba Chuka continued to teach him how to change oil, how to listen to a knocking engine, how to solve problems without always buying new parts in a vehicle. By the time Sunday was 15 years old, he could fix a Keknapep engine with his eyes half closed. By age 17, Sunday was a full apprentice. He led repairs. He fixed a truck engine when the senior apprentice failed. Those years of observing and constant practice paid off. Customers started requesting him by name. At 19, Baba Chuka handed Sunday a small toolbox and said, "You are a mechanic now. Make me proud." 2 years down the line, Baba Chuka got sick. During that period, it was Sunday who managed the workshop because Baba Chuka entrusted it to his care. Sadly, after a few months of battling with his illness, Baba Chuka passed away. But something surprising happened. The customers knew how good Sunday was and continued to go there for their repairs. Although Sunday was heartbroken, he continued to carry on Baba's legacy. Some years later, when Sunday turned 26 years old, he decided to leave Baba Chuka's mechanic for his family and fully begin his workshop. So he bought a small space near his street and started his workshop, called Sunday Auto Works. Some of Baba's customers followed him to his new shop. He was that talented. Sunday's business grew very fast. Customers kept coming, and people from different places also traveled to learn from him. As time went on, Sunday changed the lives of his family members. He also never forgot where he came from. He called on local boys, some orphans, some dropouts, some physically challenged, and began to train them. He never asked them for money. What mattered most to him was giving them the same chance he once got. A second chance, a new beginning. A stranger had changed his life and became the family he never expected. Now, it was his turn to do the same. The boys were so grateful. On a random afternoon, a boy with crutches walked by Sunday's workshop and kept staring at it for a few minutes. Sunday sighted him, smiled, and then limped over to him and asked, "Would you like to learn?" The boy nodded in approval happily. Then he said, "Come inside and sweep. I'll teach you," and again the circle continued. Sunday was never able to repay Baba Chuka for his kindness. So what he did was to pay Baba Chuka's kindness forward and help as many young people as he could. They said Sunday was too broken to build anything, but he created a place for those everyone else forgot. With one strong leg, 2 skilled hands, and a heart full of purpose, he did more than fix cars. He changed his family's lives and also restored boys' confidence, dignity, and hope. Living with a disability does not mean life is over. It simply means the path forward may look different, but it is still full of potential and purpose. Your current situation is not the end of your story. It can be the start of something new. If you stay strong, keep working hard, and don't give up, your time will come. Just like Sunday, you can rise not because life was easy, but because you didn't stop trying. If you enjoyed this story, please like, subscribe, and share. Thank you.